Yo, what's up, guys? Quick live stream. We're going to find some bets for tomorrow. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look. It looks like there's 7 NBA games. I mean, some of these parlay play slips look halfway decent. I mean, none are going to go 6 out of 6, but we have a lot that are looking like we could go 5 out of 6. They have the same payouts as PrizePicks, so that'll be a what was I trying to say? That'll be a 2x payout if we go 5 for 6. But anyways, let's just see if there's anything available. So where should we start out? Let's go ahead here. Let's take a look at Underdog. The board's a little dry right now. I'm sure it'll heat up. NBA lines. I saw PrizePicks start to drop a few. Hopefully they continue to drop a few more. So look at this play. We got our first play. Bam, over 3.5 assists. So this is the first play. Available on PrizePicks. It's also available on ParlayPlay. So maybe we actually start out on ParlayPlay. Then we'll go over to PrizePicks. And you can see this play on Bam. It's available on PrizePicks. It's available on ParlayPlay. They have the exact same payouts for 3-pick entries. So that kind of makes sense. But anyways, let's just start building a slip. So let's kind of take a look and let's just see what's available. Where is their value? So the first play that kind of popped up is Suggs, over 9.5 points. Dabble has his line at 10. You can see a lot of these sportsbooks have his line at 10.5, or they have his line at 9.5 with the over heavily favored. So maybe we start out on PrizePicks. What am I saying? So let's go here and let's try to build a PrizePicks slip quickly. So the first play we'll take is Suggs over 9.5 points. Let's get in some early value. What's up, guys? Keegan did sell so fucking hard. But anyways, hopefully we have a good day tomorrow. We got more NBA games. So where do we want to start? Anyways, maybe we'll start building both slips. So we want Bam over 3.5 assists. And this play is going to be on ParlayPlay. So again, just like ideally you use as many of these books as possible. All these books, you know, they have different lines from one another. All of them have pretty good promos, deposit matches when you sign up. So there's no reason, you know, ideally you're using as many of these books as possible. But anyways, let's kind of start building some slips. So we have Bam over 3.5 assists. This plays on ParlayPlay. And then you can see there's some college basketball value for tomorrow. So what we can do is we can just kind of quickly build a slip on ParlayPlay. So where is this? So we want this guy under 3.5 rebounds. We want Bam over 3.5 assists. So again, you can see books have started to post college basketball lines, player props. Not a ton of books post college basketball player props, but enough of them do. So if we just look at like college basketball player props, let's take a look at this play, see how we feel about it. We're on Milan under 3.5 rebounds. So we want to go to player rebounds. And you can kind of see here, right, the sportsbooks posting odds like ESPN, DraftKings, you know, they have him heavily favored to go under 3.5 rebounds. Betano. So not a ton of books have lines up yet. But again, on ParlayPlay, like you take a player's over, you get the same payout as the under. It's a fixed payout website. You know, any 2 picks, you get a 3x payout. So we just want to find picks with the highest possible win rate. All the sports books have him heavily favored to go under. So that's the play we want to be on. Bovada, DraftKings, ESPN. So we now have 2 picks. And then we'll go over to PrizePicks here in a second. Same thing with more. So, I mean, let's take a look. So this will be our third pick. So we have Bam over 3.5 assists. And then we got 2 college basketball plays. Okay. So we now have 3 picks. But ideally, we want to make a 6 or a 7 pick entry. So we have Durant under 2.5 threes. So ParlayPlay, there's always good value. I mean, it's one of the best books to have. Underdog, the board's pretty dry right now. So we want Durant's under. So we have Bam's over. And then we have Durant under 2.5 made threes. We have Bam over 3.5 assists. And then we can find some other plays to go with. And we'll start building our little PrizePicks slip as well. So on PrizePicks, we have Bam over 3.5, so why not? I mean, we can include this twice. This play also pairs kind of nicely with Suggs, right? Like, assuming the game isn't a blowout, Suggs will most likely be in the game longer. Same with Bam. But anyways, let's see what we got here. So we have Durant's under. Dylan Brooks under 1.5 threes. So there's a lot of plays popping up. So let's take a look at this. Let's just make sure. So we have Bam's over. Okay. And let me just make sure I don't have any of the books filtered out that I don't want to have filtered out. No, so we're good. Okay, cool. So we have 4 picks now on ParlayPlay. We have 1 over, 3 unders. Durant's under 2.5 3-pointers. But anyways, let's keep building it. Draymond decided to get all the rebounds. I know. AD, horrible. Faded him on his 3rd career triple-double. Did not feel good, but just kind of how it goes sometimes. So anyways, let's go ahead. Maybe we actually make a 7-pick entry. 7-pick entries are actually a tiny bit better, just a tiny bit better in terms of the EV on ParlayPlay. So we can make a 7-pick entry. So we can take Greenlaw under 8.5 tackles plus assists. So we got some college basketball plays. So we have his under. And again, like, you know, what's nice about ParlayPlay is you can kind of like bump the line in your favor. You can only do this once per day, but like if we like him under 8.5 tackles and assists, you can kind of get a little extra half point of value. You can bump a line in your favor. But what we can do is we can, you know, kind of finish out our slip with this Esports play. Perfect. So now we have a 7-pick entry. You want to play these without insurance. You can see they only give you a max of $35 for these, but we can go ahead and we can kind of lock it in. And then you can hopefully see it on the screen, and that'll be our first play for this live stream. And it's a 75x payout, which is plus 7,400 odds on ParlayPlay. It's actually the optimal slip type, as surprising as it sounds. And anyways, let's go ahead. Let's just kind of... So max bet size allowed of $35. So we have Bam over 3.5 assists. We have Milan under 3.5 rebounds. We have Jalen Moore under 6.5 rebounds. Then we'll go over to PrizePicks here in a sec. Under 2.5 made threes. We have Brooks under 1.5 made threes. We have Greenlaw. So we got a Super Bowl bet. Nice. Under 8.5 tackles plus assists. And then we have this guy under 31.5. So again, just kind of finding value. That'll be our first play. And again, the link kind of tracking all the esports plays, or sorry, all the live stream plays is in the description on YouTube. But let's go to PrizePicks. So we got some ParlayPlay. Again, I kind of just like bounce around from book to book. You know, kind of take a look at all of them. So like better, the board's pretty dry right now. There's not a lot of value. So unfortunately, you know, we'll have to wait for tomorrow. A lot of these books haven't even posted NBA lines yet for tomorrow. So I always recommend, you know, so I'm just kind of clearing out the board of any value we can find. So we locked in a play on ParlayPlay. Is there anything on Underdog, or should we just go over to PrizePicks? So on Underdog, maybe a little bit of value, but let's go back there in a sec. So let's start out on PrizePicks, because it seemed like there were some decent plays on PrizePicks. So we have Suggs over 9.5 points. FanDuel opened him at 10.5. Bet Online, Bovada opened him at 10.5. The other books have his... So you can see PrizePicks has his line at 12.5. All these other books opening him at, 10.5. FanDuel actually, like... Again, like the general premise is all of these books have sophisticated models. We just kind of want to use their odds where they're setting their lines as a source of information. You know, FanDuel's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're pretty good at setting lines. They're taking bets, moving lines around based on where action's coming in. We want to know where they have their line set. So if you go to the Houston game, so this is a college basketball play, right? You can see they have his line at 10.5 with the under favored on FanDuel. And on PrizePicks, they have this line at 12.5. So this is an absolute slam. Under 12.5 points. This play we want to be all over. Again, FanDuel has his line at 10.5. Do not bet it on FanDuel, right? He had 11 points in his last game. If you bet his under 10.5, you would have lost. Under 12.5 would have cashed. So anyways, we now have our third pick on PrizePicks. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got available. Then there's some esports plays. Again, like I'm aware, esports is not the most popular sport in the world, but there's just so many games. More games, more surface area for books to cover. I mean, there's literally like 50 games a day. It's fucking insane. But anyways, so many games, more opportunity. So what we can do is we can kind of see like we now have 3 good picks on PrizePicks. But again, you don't want to go with 3 pick entries. PrizePicks only gives you a 5x payout. Whereas Underdog Fantasy, you know, they're giving us 100 to win 600, a 6x payout for 3 pick entries. PrizePicks only 100 to win 500, which is shit compared to Underdog, compared to other books. And so it really matters long term. Like, okay, how many picks are you including in your entry? So let's take a look at like this play. So what we can do is we can just go over to CS2 and let's take a look here. You know, PrizePicks has this guy's line at 24. All the other books. I mean, again, it's not like the NFL where you have hundreds of market data points. You know, if you think about the NFL, it's obviously a more popular sport, a more liquid market. You know, a lot. Fuck, what did they move? They already moved the college basketball pick. So we missed that play. Hopefully some of you were able to get it down. But anyways, if you take a look here, like for the NFL, you have, I mean, hundreds of sports books posting lines. They all have Brock Purdy at 246.5, 247.5, somewhere in that range. You know, these books are taking bets, moving, you know, if all of the sharps, if all the profitable customers, you know, damn, Hot Streak, this play actually looks good on Hot Streak. They have Brock Purdy's line at 260.5 passing yards. All these other books have him like 246.5. So if you use Hot Streak, that actually seems like a pretty good play, right? We have all these other books taking bets, moving around lines. They all have his line lower. So that seems solid. But anyways, let's go back to PrizePicks. So we missed that play on Roberts. God damn. So what we can do is we can find some esports plays to go with. So we have this player to go over 24. So we now have a nice little 3-pick entry. But let's find something else to go with. Damn. So now we got some, I mean, this play, like, obviously a very low profit margin, but on PrizePicks, the best type of slip. You know, again, they give you horrible payouts for 3-pick entries. What you want to be going with are these 5 flexes. So we have Kobe White under 4.5 rebounds. All the books have his under heavily favored. So what we want to do is we want to take Kobe White's under. So let's take a look at this. Boom. We have Kobe White's under 4.5 rebounds. And then the final pick we could go with is Vukovic over 15.5 points. But I don't really love, I mean, you can see the market has just kind of ripped towards Vukovic's over off the open. You know, so again, what's great about comparing the lines on PrizePicks to sportsbook odds, is again, everything is baked into the market, lineups, injuries. So maybe we take the Vukovic play because it actually looks a little better. It doesn't really make sense to pair Vukovic's over in points with Kobe White's under in rebounds, because if the game's a blowout, you know, most likely Vukovic and White will be, you know, on the bench in the 4th quarter. So probably taking Kobe White's over in rebounds and Vukovic's over in points would be correlated, but, you know, that's not what we have. So we now have 4 picks on PrizePicks, but let's find a 5th. So we have Suggs over. We have Bam over 3.5 assists. So we have 4 overs. And let's see. Oh, damn. Here's a new play. Let's fucking go. All this shit's going to be bumped by the morning, which is great. So what do we want to go with? I mean, this play looks perfect. Hartenstein over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. So you can see here, let's just lock it in quickly and shut up so we don't miss a play. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 overs. And again, PrizePicks has me on poverty limits. Max entry allowed is only $15, which is absolute bullshit, but hey, just kind of how it is. So here's the slip we're going to run. Here's the link. And what we can do is just kind of add it on in. So we have Bam over 3.5 assists. Over 24.0, map 1-2. So hopefully we get an Esports win when we wake up in the morning, and then, you know, we have a lot of NBA over. So that's exciting. And you can see this play on Hartenstein just popped up, so it looks like, you know, PrizePicks just dropped the line for that, or they just added lines for it. So here's the PrizePicks play, and then this is on PrizePicks, and then the payout structure, it's a 5 flex, so 25x, 2x, 0.4x. So that's what's kind of nice about PrizePicks is these flex plays. Even if you go 4 for 5, you still double up, you still make a profit. So what we want to do is just move this, and okay, now it looks formatted a little better. Anyways, let's take a look here. So again, like if you don't like the Vukovic play, you could replace it with White under 4.5 rebounds. Also looks solid. All the books have his under heavily favored. Again, the general premise for PrizePicks is like, this is always the payout you're getting. 10x, 2x, 0.4x. So like if we switched all these players to unders, we're getting the same payout. So the reason we want to take, you know, Bam's over is, well, all the books have him heavily favored to go over, you know, 3.5 assists. So we're using market information, you know, to kind of find our bets. Anyways, this Hartenstein line, so here, I mean, I don't really want to bet Roberts under 11.5. We already had the opportunity to bet him under 12.5 on PrizePicks, but I wasn't fast enough to get that in, so I wasn't fast enough to get that in, unfortunately. So let's see what else we got. So here's the parlay play slip. So again, it's like, it's late at night. Not a bunch of books have NBA lines posted for tomorrow. So I don't know how many, you know, there may not, it's pretty dry right now. Long story short, an occasional bet on FanDuel, but nothing crazy. I mean, here's another decent option. Obviously, you wouldn't want to pair this with Bam over an assist. I don't think those make sense to pair together. But if you don't like the Bam play, you know, Jimmy Butler, this line just popped up, over 3.5 assists. That's a pretty low assist line for Jimmy Butler. I always thought he was more of a 5.5, 6.5 type of guy. I don't know if he's on a minutes restriction. I don't know. 3.5 assists. 3.5 assists. Anthony Davis under 3.5 assists. But anyways, some good plays on FanDuel too. Like, you know, minus 110 here. All the other books have this like minus 135. That play seems solid. But is there anything else we want to go with, or should we just call it a day on this live stream? Because we got down the early value. That was the point of this live stream. To get in some early plays, early value. No more fading AD. No AD. What's a good ROI? What up, Holmes? Dabble? Dabble, it's pretty dry. Usually they don't post most of their NBA lines. Yeah, Dabble, the board's pretty dry right now. So we'll wait for tomorrow. Usually they're really stale to line movements. So we'll be able to get in some good plays tomorrow. But right now, there's just not a lot. But anyways. Cool. So anything else we want to go with? I mean, a lot of these plays we've already locked in on ParlayPlay. But again, what's cool about ParlayPlay is you can like bump a line in your favor. We didn't do that. We could do that. We didn't already. But maybe we wait for tomorrow. I mean, the board's pretty dry. Right now, we have this play on Suggs. Other than that, nothing super exciting. We have some esports value. But pretty dry. So anyways, we'll call it a night for now. I mean, it was a relatively short live stream. Sorry, but there's just not a ton of value in the market. I mean, we got in a couple good plays. We got down a PrizePicks play. We got down this parlay play slip, but Underdog Fantasy, it just doesn't really seem like there's much of anything. So we got this play. We have a good start, I guess, to the PrizePicks discount. To the PrizePicks discount slip we gave out. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll be back on live, tomorrow morning sometime when hopefully there's more NBA value, more slips to go through. Do ParlayPlay Esports. I don't see any Esports. Daddy OMG. What the fuck, bro? Fliff or Bovada. I mean, we can take a look at Bovada. We can take a look at, there's tons of sports books. Damn. So we should start doing Hot Streak in these live streams. There's a lot of good plays on Hot Streak. Let me see if I'm logged into it right now. So Hot Streak's another book. It's kind of like a DFS site. It's legal in a lot of states. So maybe we take a look at Hot Streak. Let me log in. Not that it's the most popular sports book, but again, there's a lot of good lines on it. So let's see what we got going on here on Hot Streak. So for example, we already went through this one play where it seemed like they were fucking up a line on Brock Purdy. So like Brock Purdy, I mean, they have him at like 10 yards higher than the rest of the market. I'm all about fading the 49ers as well. So 10 yards, what does that mean in football? You can actually just go to FanDuel. I mean, FanDuel has alternate lines, so you can kind of see like how big of a swing is, 10 yards. So 25 yards is an 86-cent swing. So like, 86-cent swing for 25 yards. So if you just multiply that by, 0.4, so it would be like a 30-cent swing for 10 yards, maybe even a little more, just because that's what his line is centered around. So what we can do is I have not used this sportsbook in a while, but I'm all about, we can see maybe there's some value in like receiving yards as well on Hot Streak. Again, it's just not a sportsbook I use a lot. So like you can see here, I mean, they already price in correlation, so you can't correlate, but you can see, like, it looks like they just have a lot of these lines overinflated. George Kittle, they have him at 54.5 receiving yards. Rest of the market's at like 47.5. Maybe rushing yards. But anyways, let's see if there's any value on Hot Streak. Because it does look like there is some value on Hot Streak, which is awesome. So what we can do is we have this play on Brock Purdy. Again, you can only bet parlays on this platform. What's also weird about Hot Streak is they put things in decimal odds. So if you go to like Hartenstein. So, this is a promo. So this is a promo anyways. So I assume they run like hourly promos, hourly odd or shit. So they run, you can see it says promo here. They run like these hourly promos where they just kind of give you an odds boost. They boost the, the payout of a given play. I'm not sure how much they let us bet. So we don't want to flex. This is going to be how much do they let us bet? Your maximum entry amount is $10 across promoted projections. And they already moved Purdy down. These fucking little dickholes. So what we can do is maybe there's something else aside from Purdy that we can take a look at. So we have, you can only bet promo plays, I guess, $10 per hour. But I mean, hey, it's easy value as a sports bettor. So we have this play. Although, what we can do is we can just look up Desanamu. I mean, weirdest thing ever. They're boosting the most random things. Turnovers and assists for Hartenstein. Like, usually books, if they're going to boost things, they usually do pretty good. Anyways, what's up, guys? Hot streak plays are usually the promos. Yeah, usually it's just the promos, I guess. It's not a book I use a lot. But anyways, let's see if this line on Purdy is still available because we need something. And I guess you can do these promos every hour. Damn, they already dropped Brock Purdy. So maybe instead of Purdy, we can fade Kittle. It's only a $10 promo play. But you can see they have Kittle's line, 5 yards higher than the rest of the market. So the best advice is just treat it like trading a stock. The market's pricing a stock at $47.50. The market, encompasses beliefs of investors. There's millions of people who wake up every day and think about, my favorite example, the price of Facebook, right? Is it overvalued or is it undervalued? This is the price, $1.18 trillion, $459.41. That's the price where supply and demand meet. So what we can do is Kittle's line is too high relative to the rest of the market, so we want to take the under. So I want to take this. And again, they're only going to let you bet the promo play for $10, but fuck it, sure. This isn't a book I use a lot, as you can probably tell, but cool. So we have $10 to win $38.40, and this is on Hot Streak. So this is plus 284 odds, right? A 3.84 payout means plus 284 odds because your payout includes your stake. And I mean, it's the most random promo ever on a Monday at 1 a.m. is the Sonamu over 1.5 turnovers, but hey, whatever. Under 54.5 receiving yards. So we got a Super Bowl play. Anyways, maybe if we're lucky, because we wasted a bunch of time fucking with that app, maybe if we're lucky, there will be some new PrizePicks plays coming up. Not really. This play looks decent on Bovada. Devin Booker over 28.5 points. But it doesn't look like, doesn't look like a ton of odds or all the books have posted lines for tomorrow. Some close games, though. Mavericks Nets should be a good game. Magic Heat should be a good game. This should be a blowout. The Grizzlies are horrible. We're fine in the West. But anyways, let's see if we can find anything else. Maybe if we're lucky, Underdog will post something. Nope. So anyways, we'll call it a day for now. Ooh, shit, never mind. No, we won't. Now we got some PrizePicks. Or some of these PrizePicks plays were already on. So actually, again, in general, these esports plays where there's only one other data point, I kind of skip those over. It's great to see discrepancies. That's all OddsJam is kind of pointing out. Why is this guy? It's fucking crazy. This is why sports betting's awesome. Is the exact same bet. You get vastly different prices from book to book. Underdog has his line at, 12.5. PrizePicks has his line at, 11. So clearly one of these books is screwing up, but it's not like FanDuel has Esports headshot lines. So it's not really clear which book is screwing up. So in general, these plays, I either recommend middle betting them or just kind of avoiding them. But here you can see a new play popping up for tomorrow. Warren Washington over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. But anyways, we'll call it a day for now. Hopefully, you were able to tail some of these plays from this live stream. We got a play on PrizePicks. We're right here. A little 5 flex. I'll share the link again. There's no value on Fliff right now. And what we can do, we have this play on Hot Streak, and then we have this play on ParlayPlay. Since Dabble is now on Pickett, when you post plays, will it sync there? Yep, Dabble now syncs with Pickett. So all of my plays will be posted there. Dabble. Let's take a look at Dabble. Dabble, we've been on an insane run. Unfortunately, now I'm limited to $45, but we had a crazy fucking run last month, so hopefully we can keep it going. There's been a lot of value on the book, but I will absolutely be posting plays from Dabble. Yeah. I'll absolutely be posting plays to Pickett. Or it'll sync with Pickett, so you should automatically see it anyways. Kobe White over an assist. Hard Rock for Florida. What is middle betting? So middle betting is just when two books get super out of sync. So this isn't like a huge discrepancy, but imagine Hot Streak had Kittle's line at 74.5. What you could do is you could go to PrizePicks, right? And you could bet on Kittle or any other sports book, right? You could go to Fliff, DraftKings, FanDuel, and you could bet him George Kittle over 47.5, and then you could take the under 74.5 on Hot Streak. It's kind of like buying a stock at 47.50. You can see they already moved the line lower in this little line movement chart. They already dropped the line 2 points. But like here, it's only a 5-yard gap, so it's not like huge. But imagine this were 20 yards. Bet the over 47.5, the under 67.5 on Hot Streak if they were 15 yards higher. Then if he has exactly 47.5 to 67 yards or whatever, you're going to win both plays. And a player is most likely, like the most likely outcome, if you think about like the NBA, if you look at like player rebounds for Miles Turner, usually his line is around 7.5, 6.5. Like most game, like that's the most likely outcome. He's not going to have 20 rebounds, and he's not going to have 0 rebounds. And it's the same thing here for most players, like the most likely outcome for Jabari Smith is he gets 6 or 7 rebounds. He's not going to have 0. He's not going to have 100. I mean, for Anthony Davis, he usually doesn't have 11 assists. Usually it's, he's 2, 3, 4, whatever. So these extra half point of values really matter. So it's kind of the case for middle betting, right? Like Brock Purdy, if you kind of take a look here, we can actually kind of figure it out, is if you go to FanDuel, and the reason I'm using FanDuel is because they have these alternate lines up, is if you go to FanDuel, right, you can see they have Brock Purdy alternate passing yards. So he's a minus 800 favorite to go, or better. He's a minus 400 favorite to throw 200 plus yards. So minus 400 means a 4-1 betting favorite. So he's 80% to go 200 plus yards. 225 plus yards, he's only roughly minus 200, so a 2-1 favorite, 2/3 to win. So the probability he ends between 200 and 225 yards is 80% minus 67%. So long story short, there's like a 13% chance he throws exactly 200 to 225 yards. You just take the difference in the jump in the odds. My 4-1 favorite, 80% to win. 2-1 favorite, 2/3 to win. You just take the difference, 13%. That's the probability Purdy that your middle will hit. If you are able to middle Purdy, get us over 200, under 225, there's a 13-ish% chance that'll hit. Anyways, so you can see ParlayPlay already removed the line on BAM. It's available on Underdog if you wanted to triple down, but again, PrizePicks 5 flex are slightly better than Underdog 3-pick entries. Maybe there is some more value on Underdog. Nope, board is fucking dry. Board is dry. So PrizePicks, I mean, it's the same stuff we already went through. If you wanted to make a 6 flex, you could take Warren Washington over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. You could throw that in. We already gave out, this PrizePicks play. Let me actually just put in the link again. It's all overs. But anyways, we'll call it a day. You've been making bank on Dabble. Yeah, we've been crushing it. So hopefully we'll find a bunch of plays on the live stream tomorrow. But right now it's just kind of dry. So yeah, we'll call it a day for now. ParlayPlay, we have a PrizePicks slip, so that was ParlayPlay, and then we got a PrizePicks slip. And, you know, it's pretty dry. So anyways, thanks so much for your time. I'll be back on live stream